I don't see Kenny meddling. I do see Noah meddling, but I don't see him finishing top 2. Unfortunately, I see him finishing 3rd. And then I have top 2 between Kishane and Oblique Seville. And I'm going with my guy. Yeah. Oblique Seville.
That's crazy.
Oblique Seville will get it done.
So what time do you think Oblique's going to win?
9-7-7.
So what's Kishane going to win?
Kishane's going to run like a 9.
Don't dare say he's going to run 9-8 in the final. Don't you dare.
Kishane's going to run a 9-8. Say his name and he appears. I believed in Oblique for years. For years, I tell you. Here we are now, but I've been... Let me not even start. Let's just get straight into it, yeah. Oblique Seville, World 100-meter champion with a time of 9.77. The exact time I predicted him to win this championship in. And in second place, we have Kishane Thompson with a 9.8, just as I predicted, 9.82. Third place, Noah Lyles, just as I predicted, 9.89. And fourth place, Bednarek. You already guessed it. I don't even need to tell you again. 9.92. So that's a great start when it comes to predictions. You know, I wasn't as successful when we get to the women's 100 meters. I'm not God, okay? Can't get everything right. But the reason I'm happy with this is because it was actually a minority opinion. An opinion that I got a lot of pushback in across the season. Whether that was in my own comment section. A lot of the opinions that I gave about particularly the 3 guys, Oblique, Kishane, and Noah, got a lot of backlash. And I don't think that was exclusive to my page, my comments, because I have got here 2 polls from arguably the most popular track and field YouTube pages in the world right now. Shout out to both of them doing their thing. One is from like 9 days ago, the other is from today. And both times, Oblique Seville was the least favored, significantly behind Noah Lyles and Kishane Thompson. I think even if I bring out the final leg, did a cool bracket thing, and Oblique Seville lost to Kishane Thompson in the final of that as well. So everyone's going to say, yeah, you know, we knew he could run this fast. It was just about this, that, and the other. Few people were actually brave enough to pick him to do what he just went and did. And for me, all these experiences that he's had in the past, as I've made an extensive video about someone like Usain Bolt believes, still, when asked in 2025, Oblique is the guy. Because he's shown that he has the potential to run times that will be very difficult to keep up with. It's just about timing it right. Can you do this on the biggest stage? And that is what he will be looking to prove, and prove everyone wrong that says that he can't. When it comes to Tokyo, he'll be returning to Tokyo for these World Championships, this time with fans, and this time with the expectation and belief that he can execute his perfect race at the right time and win a medal, preferably gold. You learn from experiences. I know this person is an athlete and a lot of others do as well. It's not just winning that makes you better. If you lose or underperform in certain areas, you learn what you need to do to achieve what you need to achieve. And that's exactly what Oblique Seville has done here. Massive shout out to him. I was gassed. I can't lie, I was gassed. Let's go Seville. Let's go Seville. Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville. Yes! Come on! Yeah! 977! Who predicted the top 3, bro? Who predicted the top 3, bro? What? Chat to me, bro. Chat to me, bro. Chat to me. I'm going to take you through particularly the top 4 and how and why I predicted what I predicted over the course of this season leading up to the champs and how that actually panned out in the final. Let's start with 4th place, Kenny Bednarek.
I think Kenny's going to come 3rd, you know. I don't think he's going to win or come 2nd. That's my hot take.
I don't think not having Kenny in your top 2 is a hot take. In fact, I think having Kenny in your top 3 is a hot take.
Whoa, why?
I don't have Kenny making the podium. I'm gone.
So you're calling him a choker? He
does make podiums. He makes podiums, not in the
one.
No,
not in the one, but this year he's different. He's looking good.
He was looking good early.
So who have you got? Noah
Lyles a medal for sure.
Struggling to sub 10 sometimes, bro.
Yeah, but if you see relative to other guys. Like, he's beat Kenny. Now, this is exactly what I saw happen with Kenny. We know he can run fast. He ran faster on the same track. He ran a 9.92 in the final. I think he ran a 9.85 in the heats, tied with Kishane. So we know he can run faster on that track literally an hour before. I don't want to say he ran too fast because Kenny's a guy with good speed endurance. Obviously, he does the 200 for breakfast. So it's not that thing. I just think competitively with the main guys there, he doesn't get it done, and that's fine. That's fine. He's pushed himself trying to do the 1 and the 2. He thought earlier on in the season he was going to do the double. But the big guns came to play later on, and that showed not to be the case. I just quite simply don't think he has the speed to match up with the 3 guys that were above him. And I just don't see I could not see a situation in which he got a medal ahead of any of those guys. Even if he ran faster, I just felt like they would have run faster. Now, Noah Lyles, I've been saying countless times over the last few months, he is not Usain Bolt, okay? People have this idea that the fastest man in the world can just run 3-4 races and then just pop out a mad time at the champs and just become Superman when it matters most. Only Usain Bolt was able to do that. But you have to remember, Usain Bolt's peak was 9.5. So in those seasons where he was running, struggling to break 10, he could, like, obviously he was past his prime, but the highest he can run is 9.5. So if he's, 0.2 seconds below that, he's still running high 9.7s, which was enough to win champs in the mid 2010s. No, that's Noah Lyles' PB. Noah Lyles' PB once in the Olympic final was 9.79. So Usain Bolt's 9.58 is Noah Lyles' 9.79, meaning that if Noah Lyles is off the pace, has run only a few races all season, if he's slightly off the mark, he's in the 9.8s. I've been trying to say this all season. If it's going to be one with a 9.8, Noah Lyles can do that. If it's low 9.8s, high 9.7s, I just don't see him getting into that kind of shape in this kind of time. But running down someone running mid 9.8s and running down someone running high 9.7s, two different things. This version of Noah Lyles would not have won the Olympic Games. I don't understand how people can't understand that. I feel like the difference between this year and last year is last year he was in form going into those Olympics. Like he was running 9.8s regularly. This year,
Yeah.
he's really pushing for 10.
He's running 9 low, please. 9 low.
Peak.
He's only ran like 400 meters this whole season.
Exactly. Like people are acting like we're still early in the season. World Champs is now. Do you know what I mean? 400s in the season. To win World Champs, you're not Usain Bolt. Feels like you guys were not getting me. But it doesn't matter. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. If you didn't know, well, you know now. In the conditions, I think he ran calm. 9.89, season's best. That's the best he could have done. 3rd place was the best he could have got. And there's not really too much more to say about that. Even the mind games thing, I told you, he's been trying. He's not been his same. He's been trying to convince us and convince himself that he's that guy this year. But he's not been coming with the same energy because deep down he knows. Deep down he knows he's not in 9.7 shape, and he knew that's what was needed to win. And that's why he was trying other things. He was trying the crabs in a bucket thing. He's trying to bring other man down. That interview that he had after the heat.
Did you by chance see Oblique Seville with the slow reaction time in Heat 1?
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That man was panicking in the back. Yeah.
When he said, yeah. Noah Lyles is too funny. But he was trying to get into his head because he knew a peak oblique he wasn't touching. And that's exactly what happened. He tried, but he even got a good start. This was the best race he ran all season, not just in terms of times, but in terms of how he ran the race. He literally did the best he could. But as I've said before, you cannot reel the fastest athletes in the world in running 9.9. I don't care how fast your flat speed is, your 200 speed is, your top end speed is. You can't do that running 9.9. Kishane Thompson, 2nd in 9.82.
So what's Kishane gonna run?
Kashane's gonna run like a 9.
Don't dare say he's gonna run 9.8 in the final. Don't you dare.
Kashane's gonna run a 9.8.
Are you listening to this? He's saying Kishane's gonna run 9.8 in the final.
Kashane's gonna run a 9.8. He's
Remind them of who Kishane is, bro, please. He's gonna run 9.75, 9.7, even 9.73 in the final.
The first video I made about track this year was about how Kishane not being able to complete races without tensing up, tightening up, will ultimately cost him in the biggest races at the World Champs.
He can pull up and he still won the race comfortably. This sounds great, but in the reality, when you now get to an Olympic final, a World Championship final, and everyone has peaked towards low 9.8s with a potential of running a very high 9.7, you now have to execute under that pressure when everyone else is used to having to execute under that pressure just to even be on your level.
In the regular season, when guys aren't running near him, it doesn't matter. You can tighten up, you can trip, you can stumble, you can pull up, you can do anything and still win the race comfortably. That was what was happening with Kishane earlier on in the season. But when it comes to the World Champs, guys are gonna be running 9.7s. You can't do that and run 9.7. 9.7 is different territory. You have to run a really good race to do that in a final. So if you don't execute that race perfectly, someone else will catch you. And that someone, I decided, was Oblique Seville. I'd been back and forth all season between Oblique and Kishane, but after all the Diamond League races were done, I said Oblique's gonna do it, man. That 9.87 that he ran in the rain clinched it for me. There was no way anyone was going to take that title from him, given that I already knew that Noah Lyles was not in his peak shape, and given that I knew that Kishane Thompson, when the pressure's on, will not run his best race. And all we need Oblique to do is get to the line in Tokyo, not even in Tokyo, in the final in Tokyo, in peak shape. That doesn't mean he has to run that fast during the rounds. Just get through the rounds. Chill. Jog if you can. And if he's there in that shape, physically healthy, mentally ready, he's a legitimate contender for gold. Oblique Seville will get it done.
That is crazy.
He's heard, he's watched all the videos, mine included, about everything that he's done in these last few champs, yeah? And he's ready to change the narrative. He ran in a storm, he ran 9.8. He ran in London, he ran 9.8. When everyone else is running 10s.
So what time
I
do
see
you
Oblique
think? What time do you think Oblique's gonna win?
9.77. No, it wasn't just that he ran 9.87 in the storm in Lausanne. It was that everyone else ran 10s. And it was a lot of the same guys that he was going to be seeing at these World Champs. They ran 10 seconds, including Noah Lyles. And the same thing happened at the London Diamond League, which showed me he is on another level to these guys. Yes, they can raise up a bit, but they have to raise up significantly, and he dips just for them to even be in contention. And I felt like the experiences that he had in previous years, he would learn from. And funnily enough, it went in reverse. His hardest round was the first round, where he, by his own admission, mentally was not locked in because of everything else going on outside of the track for him, and got left in the blocks and had to run probably a similar speed that he was running in that final just to qualify because of how fast that heat was. The semi-final was a bit easier for him. I think he ran like a 9.87, and by the final, despite the false start, which we'll get onto, he managed to stay locked in. And as soon as I saw him get a decent start, that's when I was like, it's wraps. Because Kishane could have run faster. He could have run faster. But I just trusted, based on what I'd seen over the course of the season, of how the races were being run. Not just the times, but how the races were being run. That Oblique could run the best race at the best time. That's exactly what happened. And for Kishane, I just feel as though his problem is, I prefer how he ran in the first heat. And that's the case all the time. When he's not trying to run fast is when he runs best. When he's doing all the high knees, looking around, all of that, if he can just, not look around and run the same way but with intent, that's how he can become a 9.7 runner on a consistent basis. But what happens in these finals is that he's trying to run faster. You don't need to try and run faster. You're already going at such a fast speed. All you need to do is maintain it. Don't try go faster, tighten up, and then not fully expand the way that you can. And that was the contrast between him and Oblique. And some of you have been on the bandwagon for a while. So shout out you, man. I'm going to put all you man's comments out there because I don't want to just focus on the hate. Because, yeah, there was a lot of hate. But there was also a lot of love. And there was also a lot of wise people that know track that were engaging in my comment section throughout. And you deserve to be recognized as well. Someone that nearly cooked was my guy Michael. You've seen Michael on the podcast a couple times. Noah Lyles will medal for sure.
You think he's definitely going to medal? I doubt it, you know.
Noah Lyles almost didn't medal. But I'll be honest, it doesn't look like that on the clock. But I'm telling you, the form that I was seeing, and maybe we'll see more of this into 200, if Letsile Taboho didn't full start, it would have been long, because Letsile was looking good. I've told you, I've said this in previous videos, he peaks for these moments, for these champs. And the reason he fell started is because he was trying to get such a fast start, because he knew if he did that, he'd be in contention to medal, particularly with those times. You're telling me Taboho could have run faster than 9.89? I know he hasn't all season, but if you saw the form that he was in the heats and the semis and how easily he was running those, and you have the track record of what he has done. Last year at the Olympics, running 9.86 national record in the final. The year before, and obviously also going on to run 19.4 and win the 200 meter final. The year before, winning silver in the 100 meters with a national record and bronze in the 200 meters. His season is for moments like this. He's from Botswana. You don't need to go through that double peak that US athletes have to go through. And he was ready for this moment. Almost too ready. I would have loved to see what he'd done. Maybe he would have screwed up my perfect predictions, because he could have got third. I think he could have got third. I would have loved to see what he'd done. But it's okay, because we got the 200. We've seen this before. I'm telling you, this champs is just a Daegu 2011 regen. Okay, it's not in South Korea, it's in Japan. But I believe that was the last time Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce ran a final and didn't make the podium. Until today, when that happened. But that was also the time that Usain Bolt false started. A Jamaican went on to win the 100. And then Usain Bolt ran a 19.4 to win the 200. The full episode is dropping on Oko TV very soon, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. And follow Luke Oko on TikTok, Luke Oko TV on Instagram for more updates and content. My name's Luke Oko CME. Thanks for watching Oko TV. It's been real.